Now I bring you the dread news that David Ward, my parliamentary colleague from Bradford East, has, after a day of rough treatment, no doubt, categorically apologised for the tweet that he made yesterday. I'm very sorry that he categorically apologised for it. And as I said last night, the synthetic rage of New Labour about what he said, which was, if you don't know it, if I was living in Gaza, I'd be tempted to fire rockets too, is identical, almost word for word, to what Cherie Blair said almost a decade ago. Cherie Blair and the Queen of Jordan, having heard the miserable stories that they heard, opined that the wonder is not that some of these people become suicide bombers. The wonder is that more of them don't become suicide bombers. That's actually a stronger statement than David Ward has now been prevailed upon to categorically apologise for. And both Cherie Blair and David Ward were merely speaking the obvious truth. After all, if you were living in Gaza under siege, if your children had been killed, might be killed, if your hovel had been, might be, destroyed at any moment, and you could see through the wire the very land which was yours and from which you were driven, because there's another 80% in this story. 80% of the people of Gaza are refugees. They were never born in Gaza. They were driven to Gaza as refugees and are now imprisoned within it. And they can see many of them. They can't see the village that they left because that's been destroyed and new cities built on top of it. But they can see the land, that which was once theirs and their parents. What would you do if it was you? Would you take up arms against this sea of troubles and try, by opposing, to end them? Or would you what? Walk into the sea and commit suicide? If you did, you'd be shot before you got past shoulder deep. Would you simply lie down fatalistically and accept more than 65 years of this? Or would you fight? Well, some of you may be pacifists. I, myself, am not. And unlike David Ward, I wouldn't just fire rockets. I'd fight them with my bare hands if I could get my hands on the people responsible for these crimes. Write that down. Somebody will call on me to apologize tomorrow. The one thing you can be sure of, I'll not be apologizing categorically or otherwise for it.